My name is Carlos de Aldecoa. I'm the president and CEO of Gulf Coast Distillers. We are located in the east part of town at the old Uncle Ben's rice plant on Clinton and Lockwood. I studied industrial engineering at the University of Houston and I graduated in 1997. Believe it or not, when I started at U of H, I started in the College of Business, and I decided to change to engineering just because I loved machines. I was always around operations. And for me, industrial engineering brought a great hybrid between the business element, costing, optimization, lean manufacturing, understanding engineering systems, whether it's electrical, mechanical, civil, chemical, but also getting the business element. I think if you want to run a business, if you want to create a company, if you want to understand a little bit broader net on engineering combined with the business side, I think IE is a great hybrid. We've been in the east end of Houston operating and running businesses for over 25 years. So I think the east end and the proximity to U of H is key to us, not only from a hiring standpoint, but from supporting this growing and ever-changing part of the city. Although business for us has always been around coffee, from integrated from farming all the way through roasting and packaging in Spain, Mexico, and here in Houston, we started diversifying the business over the last couple of years into different operations. We have a number of companies that we operate in, whether it's in the real estate side or the coffee processing or coffee roasting operations. We have a sugar operation and the distillery. Family is key, and the support we get from each other is extremely important to develop, a great family business and a great family relationship. I see my parents multiple times a week. I see my sisters almost every day. So I think that closeness is pretty incredible. I think it's a great example to community. It's a great example to our current family. We're continuing to expand. When you look at Kentucky and Tennessee whiskeys, they have all the recognition. With the scale that we have built and the quality of the liquids we're doing here, we want to put Texas on the map on a global scale. So we're working on an export line of business on our whiskey and bourbons into Europe, Singapore, and other parts of China. So I think it'll be expanding into other territories and putting Texas really again on the map in terms of whiskey, quality whiskey production, I think is key. We're still extremely committed to coffee and innovation in coffee and being best in class in whatever we do. And that could not have been done without the family being supportive of some of these additional incentives or initiatives that we've put into adding other lines of business to our family portfolio. I think it was earlier last year. We have family in Spain, and I was getting calls from my cousins that, the situation was getting, Europe was leading in terms of COVID spread. We had my mom's sister that ultimately was hospitalized because of COVID. She did fine, but ultimately she was in critical care. So I was asking my family, what do we do to get ahead of this? Because it seemed that it was moving pretty quickly and pretty aggressively. So when he started mentioning some of the needs on sanitation supplies and personal hygiene and different things that could be done to help, that's the way we repivoted and pivoted extremely quickly from a Friday afternoon discussion with the team on, hey, we need to get into the sanitizer business, to starting to produce on Monday. So I think it was an incredible joining of the minds and care to have the opportunity to step up and then decide of stepping up as a team. It was extremely eye-opening for me on seeing what happens to a team when there's a higher mission, vision, goal, and calling to help community, help society, and the team gets and rallies behind it towards that goal. And it was just absolutely the most beautiful thing I've ever seen from a business transforming and helping society. So from that point, we donated millions of dollars of sanitizer to anybody from first responders to the Port of Houston to oil and gas companies to FEMA. You name it, we were there. We have to give back, and society and culture has been amazing to us in terms of providing opportunity for us. And that only can continue to exist if people are generous with their time, with their resources to try to help the next generation coming through. So that's why we plant a tree. The biggest change that I see right now when I walk around campus is that everybody looks very young. So it's never too early to start getting real life experience as you're learning. So it's not truly an academic exercise. You're learning on the go and building your resume. The university is great. I'm the board of visitors at the University of Houston, which is a great recognition as well. And I'm committed in supporting the university every way I can. We have family that attends the University of Houston, and we have a lot of employees that attended there. So I think it's a responsibility to obtain these level of awards on being a good steward of the university and representing our community. So I think it's an honor and a privilege to have such recognition. We're working also with the University of Houston on creating special development programs in education. There's an organization called the Center for Pursuit. My youngest daughter has Down syndrome. So as we look at what what her career is going to be on a going forward basis, I want her to go to U of H, and I want her to give her the opportunity to go to a university that is very visionary in terms of being a tier 1 university, but also looking at the fact that it's providing equal opportunity for individuals with disabilities. Personal development and leadership development in roles is key, and that comes through leading by example, it comes through working with teams, and it comes through really leading with passion, right? And I think that the empathy of leadership and the understanding of the human element is something that is sometimes innate, but has to be developed.